Good afternoon, everyone. This is Greg. Welcome to the stream. And today I have to do another playthrough of 35mm, which, I mean, I still don't know why they named the game this, honestly. Because, I mean, I know there's like the little like photography kit that you carry around, but since you don't actually need to use it ever, it feels like God, what is like a good name for this? It feels like it's just there for like the name rather than the other way around. So yeah, third playthrough, we're going for the mid ending. This is the one where you get just enough morale points to not get the totally bad ending, but not enough so that like whatever his name, the dude that follows you around, like saves you from the statue nightmare. That sounded weird. To trigger, so yeah, gonna do half and half, I guess. I have a guide that I'm following from PSN profiles, yes, because honestly, if I have to do like a fourth ending of this because I didn't get it the third time around, I'm straight up just like giving up at like 19 out of 20 achievements. So yeah, so this is the achievement challenge part. God, how many of them were there? I think I've done like 20 games so far. Check my inventory. Okay, so let's see. So I am following a guide here. So let me lower the sound of the game a little bit, and let me also share what I'm following in chat if anyone feels like following along. I don't know why you would want to, but honestly, if that's your poison, then go for it. Okay, now we go to the right, and there's the house with the jeep in front of it, or like, yeah. We need to read the letter in the house. This is like a step-by-step guide. I know it's gonna take a bit longer, but it eliminates the... Well, it doesn't eliminate, but it severely reduces the risk of having to sit through this game yet another time. Okay, get the health kit. Leave the hut and follow the dirt road towards the distant forest. I wonder if I'm gonna catch up with the guy this time. Oh, there we go. Turns out he's way too slow for my speedrunning way. Okay, that sounded dumb to even say, honestly. And the problem is, as I found out like last playthrough, you can't actually just run through, or I guess punt through the game whenever you get tired. You still need to wait for that guy to moderately catch up, I guess. Keep moving until you reach a tarmac road. The cutscene will play. Out of the cutscene, walk backwards on yourself for the trophy. Angels trumpeting. I've done this though. So the PSN profiles guide has like a cheeky way of dealing with like the what's it called? The having to do 3 playthroughs part of this. They keep backups on like PS Plus, I guess, if I'm understanding this correctly. I guess I could have done the same by like keeping a backup of my save on PC, but well, damn. And actually, I'm like just like reading the I think it's like through here. Like they kind of do it in like a different order, but I am pretty sure you can get the morale point. Where was it? Wait. Yeah, there we go. You can get the morale point before you get to the road. Okay, so put that one as well. Back to reality. I mean, back to the road. Yeah. A small reminder here, I did not pick this game initially for the numbers slash special characters or symbols part of my challenge. But the first game that I picked, which would have been just like one playthrough, hopefully, 1954 Alcatraz, has a known bug that I failed to research, which makes it not unlock achievements unless you do things. And because honestly, I can't be arsed to just, you know, fuck around with admin mode and privileges, etc., etc. Yeah, I'm just not gonna do it. It would probably have taken like similar amounts of time as well, honestly. I think it was like 9 hours median for 1954 versus 10 hours ish median for this one. Okay, I'm gonna do the achievement for like well, the achievement, the requirements for the achievement regardless. Hey Tuma, hi, how's it going? How are you doing today? Okay, even though this doesn't really give you like an like morality points, I'm camera angle. No, not really. It's the same one. You might be confused because I brought the fan a bit closer and because I have natural light coming through, since this is not, you know, nighttime for once. But yeah, maybe that's the confusing aspect. But no, the camera has been where it's been since forever, basically. Oh, I shouldn't check the picture. Okay, so we just like follow the road here. And I'm gonna do like the camera thingy. So that's weird. So apparently, I guess you don't really. What the? Oh, okay. This is like the first time I ever saw like a photojournalist. Hey, Jungle Roba. This is in that forest right now. Yeah, like this is like my third time through it. I'm not as excited going through it again. At this point, we're just like going for the very last achievement, which is kind of like the in-between ending between the good and the bad endings. You need to do things, but not enough things to trigger the good ending. So, just want to cool down. Look, I've got a fan, and I've also got an air conditioning at the same time. It is currently 39 degrees Celsius. It's annoying as fuck. I don't know why I even put these on. I should have had like the earbuds, to be honest. You don't have either. I mean, can you like I know like air conditioning is kind of like a problem in Northern Europe. But can you not just like get a small like floor fan, I guess? Floor fan. I don't know what you call this in English. It literally translates to floor fan in from Greek. Okay, I'm not supposed to interact with anything. I'm just supposed to follow this guy. So I've got a few minutes for like a little chat, you know, before the... well, I was gonna say before the action starts, but like the action doesn't really ever start. But yeah. Okay. Sure. Trash. Very interesting. I just like stab the guy to make sure he doesn't show up at the end. Your AC to storage for the... I'm so envious. We actually have like 3 AC units. There's like one in like the office here. We've got like another small one in the bedroom, and there's like a big one in the living room. And oh boy, last 2 weeks they've all seen a lot of use. Like last year, I think we only ever used them for like a couple of weeks total. But yeah, this year it's been insane, to be honest. Okay, bye. Looks more like a pig, to be honest, than a dog. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably wait. There's probably like 1 or 2 more heat waves in the summer before it's kind of like done. Yeah, so I'd keep it around for now, to be honest. Yep, I need to wait for my mate. Because, you know, fuck like making him walk faster or anything. Like it actually lets you proceed if he gets to within like a certain distance, but you need to wait for him to get to a certain distance before you're allowed to move on. There we go. Just so that it doesn't, like, I guess, compromise the narrative integrity of being chased by a bear. I don't know. Which is twice as dumb that, like, if I outrun him during the bear chase, the game will literally teleport him next to me to like help me open the barn door. So it's not as if they didn't know how to do this to begin with. Or like that you even like needed to do it because it's like a fade to black and there's like a cutscene that shows you the bear attacking, I guess. So he could have been like halfway across the map and the player wouldn't have known any better, right? Like, see, rip, teleported here. And this is just like all invalidated anyway because he has a gun. And by the way, that the terrain also failed to load this time around. I don't know why. That's nice. So now we do the flashback scene, which is... Oh, wait, hold on. Very bright. This is the hospital. So how are we doing? Heat notwithstanding. I think I said that correctly. How is everyone this fine Thursday? I've been enjoying my week of work, although it Monday and Tuesday at least haven't felt like off work at all, to be honest. Mainly because the like we had to do like a lot of things, like clean up the apartment and go fix things and go visit my mom that like lives up in the mountains and stuff like that. So yeah, it hasn't been all that like restful, but I have had like a few days where I I could like what's the word? Like the second door on the left. I did have like a few days where I could just like sit on the couch in the air conditioning and just like, you know, play SMT5, you know, waste my time searching for the fucking Miman. Third door interact with the radio on the table. Ah, yes, that's what this was an achievement, by the way. Yay, fourth door on the right interact the letter 1 moral point. Now there's like cutscene. Then we go hunt for the fucking buckets again. Yay. But yeah. Oh, I'm also like this close to finishing the base game of Monster Hunter World. The only thing I have left to do now is like 20 more arena quests, and they're so mind-numbingly boring that I don't want to do them. There's like this event quest with like you have to kill 10 Gajalagas while there's like a Baroth kind of like running across. I can finish that in like a minute and a half so far, but it's so boring that I do like 5 of them and then I give up. Like it's like literally like the most excruciating 10 to 15 minutes ever. And like if you consider like with like the menus you need like maybe like 3 minutes to kind of like go in and out of the quest, that's like an hour of doing just that to get the last 20 or so arena quests that I need. But hey, once that's done, I get to install 180 gigabytes that the game is on the Steam Deck and start working my way through Iceborne, which kind of worries me, to be honest. Because there's like another set of crowns to be had there. I have to also do like Lunastra and Devil Joe, and those were like a fucking pain. Yeah. Wait, the 180 is with the HD textures? Huh. I wasn't actually sure of that, to be honest. I'm not sure I had those on PC. Like I know I claimed the DLC at some point, but I'm not sure I ever enabled it. But yeah, I mean, fair enough. I've got like a... Oh, it's enabled by default, okay. So I've got like a terabyte SSD on the Steam Deck, so it's not like I'm hurting for space. And so Jungle Roba probably knows about this, but just to like mention this, put it out there. I love how Steam have done this thing where you can transfer files from your local machine to like any other PC on your local network without having to like re-download everything. I love this. So like if I have it installed on my PC, I can like just set it to download on the Steam Deck, and if like both are like on at the same time, it will just grab the files it needs from my PC and transfer them via like local network. Yeah, mine is actually like more or less the same speed, but you know, in cases where I've got like connectivity hiccups, because Cyprus doesn't really have like the most stable internet all the time. But in cases I have like connectivity hiccups, or if God forbid like I've got like an internet outage, I can still transfer stuff over. And I did also like a few months ago set up sunshine and moonlight, right? Is that the correct word for it? Like the local network streaming thingamajig. And after setting it up, I never used it because I've got like so many things that I'm playing already that I don't really need to stream anything from PC. I did try it on Theme Hospital though, and it was working great, and I loved that. Even with like the trackpads, honestly, that I'm not like a very big fan. Leave the house and walk around the left of the house to the back where you find a shed. Pick up the bucket. Okay. So I did link the guide that I'm using earlier in chat. And this is more or less going to be like a step-by-step follow of that. Because fuck trying to go through this game with like a not particularly clear set of instructions on how to get the mid ending, I guess. I'm gonna keep calling it a mid ending because like there's like not a lot of other ways to describe it. It looks like the bucket didn't spawn here though, or I'm not seeing it somehow. So it says leave the house and walk around the left to the back. You'll find a shed on the back of your house unit. Pick up the bucket off the floor. There is floor, but there is no bucket on the floor. Kind of sucks. Yeah, this is like one of those annoying things that this game does. It randomizes some of the items in the game. Not particularly happy about this. Walk out onto the street and into the second house on the left. In the shed behind the farm. I can also look in the brick house near the well. Fuck you. Okay, so we go to that house there. Second on the left. We should be getting a lighter here. Oh, which I guess you need to light the candles in the church. God. Okay, I'm not gonna interact with anything that isn't mentioned on the guide. Okay, we're gonna go to the church now. Up there. Again, I'll just link the guide in chat in case anyone wants to follow along and like, you know, see what it is that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. There's like no bucket here either. Oh, no, never mind. It's not this house. Okay. So if the bucket wasn't in here and it wasn't back at the shed, then where the actual fuck is it? Or maybe I picked it up without realizing, I don't know. I need to find the bucket. Yay! Maybe it's like in here or something. Nope. It seems that the bucket was in the shed behind the farm. I can also look in the brick house near the well. It wasn't in neither. Unless I'm just doing something very wrong. Also, God, I love that the game just like tells me off. Keeps giving me the same hints, like, it's over there, stupid, go find it. Like, fuck you. You like this pod instead of a bucket, right? Yeah, I'm not seeing a bucket anywhere. Right? Yeah. Also, I love that this house doesn't really have like an entrance. Because, you know, that makes sense architecturally. I don't know. Maybe it's like someplace else that I didn't check. Oh. Like there. So take the bucket back to the friend, blah blah blah. So exciting, isn't it? I swear, like, if I could have had like a second game, like in picture style, to like be playing that while playing this, I would do it. Honestly, I would freaking do it. No second thoughts, no ifs, buts, or whys. I don't know. I don't know what the saying is. Join the TikTok generation. Oh my god. Yeah, I've been seeing this like in what's it called? I don't use TikTok at all. But like I've been seeing this like being like they're showing up in like YouTube reels or whatever they're called constantly, and it's like such a fucking annoying thing. Like there's like the video of like a Minecraft like obstacle course, I guess, and some like fucking AI voice reading an article over that. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, is the bar really that low nowadays? That you basically plug a video of someone playing Minecraft over AI generated like voice acting and call that a day, and you get like the millions of views. I mean, come on.
Идем, Петрович.
There's a short cutscene. Leave the barn and walk left at the well. Take another left so you go walk under the pipe arch. Yes. Fuck that guy for now. But yeah, seriously, is it like, is the bar that low nowadays? I need to know. Like, I've been seeing a lot of those, but is that like legitimately like what has been happening on social media? Yeah, I need the axe. Where's the axe? Oh, wait, no, we need the piano here. Okay, play the piano. Follow the road right and enter the second house on the left with the smashed windows through the back door. Posted the relevant link in. Oh yeah, sorry, I've got like the walkthrough on top of that, so I don't really like I can't really see Discord. If I'll remember the context by then. You presume too much of me, but thanks, I guess. Read the note. The axe out. Hold on. Got a 9 out of 10 Scrandle. I've been doing like shit in the last like 2 or 3. Unfortunately, like I've done like 5 or 6 out of 10 consistently, so I've kind of like stopped playing it. Especially now that I'm on vacation and I'm like mostly on the Steam Deck constantly. I don't really like I've let my LinkedIn games like streak go down the drain as well. It was like 200 and something days. And like the Wordle one as well, I've kind of like given up on. I don't know. I mean, those are kind of like distractions for me, and now that I get like actual like proper games to play, I don't really or I haven't really played any of those last week. Okay, where's the dude that's supposed to be following us? Oh, there we go. Yay! Oh, so we've got another 5 or 6 minutes to wait. So, okay, what have you been playing? Like, you know that I'm kind of like on the SMT5 thing currently. I've got a lot of things to say about this, but I'm like currently my opinion is the same as it was on like the original SMT5, minus like the quality of life improvements that they added. When I finish this playthrough and I get to do the vengeance like routes, I guess, routes. I don't know what's like the correct term here. But yeah, when I finally play like the actual like vengeance content, I'll feel more I guess safe to give out like an opinion, because there's like also like apparently like that Godborn mode that I need to do as well. So it's not like I've seen like even like one playthrough is not going to be like the entire thing like content wise, right? Okay, we're not reading that because we don't want the morality points. I need to find a barn and get the canister. Hey, congratulations, Shadow Tower. So how does it rank on the list of what are they called, like FromSoft games? Nope. Combat and build options plus music beat out all the negatives of SMT5 for you. Yeah, I mean, like okay, the combat is yeah. I mean, hold on. I don't think combat was an issue for me in like any of the SMT games I played. That's kind of, I guess, like the unique selling point of like the entire series, like the press turn stuff, and like, you know, like the iterations that they have on like each entry. Those are almost consistently always good from like all the ones that I've played, right? So SMT3, SMT4, SMT5, Strange Journey. What else? Anyway, like you get the point. Like the combat, like will never be like a negative for me in those games, and like the fusion system is generally like always consistently good. With like, you know, there's like tiers of good. Like SMT5 has for sure like the most quality of life stuff of all the SMT games. But yeah, like the dungeons, I wanted dungeons. I wanted more focused content, like giving you like 4 open world areas and just like spraying a bunch of Miman and a bunch of chests and a bunch of glory apples and a bunch of, I guess, like side quests in what feels to be like random places. That isn't doing it for me at all, honestly. That's like my biggest concern. And because I like to do the exploration in JRPGs, I don't like SMT5 because of that. Like I never go into an SMT game specifically for the combat. Like it's one of those things that like I like, but it's not my main focus. Like I like more like the setup, the universe, the unique take on post-apocalyptic / horror-ish aspects, or at least like gothic aspects, if you want to call them that. And the mythology is also like pretty good all the time. But yeah, like I don't know. Like I like to have like a lot more structure in exploration and dungeons. Like I wish they'd cut each of the dot areas in half and use that real estate. Like I said as much like yesterday on Discord. Like have dot sizes half the size of the current iterations, and use the remaining real estate to put dungeons. Like do it like Skyrim. Do like some, I don't know. I don't care. Like randomized dungeons would have worked better than this. Like what Skyrim does. Like you go into like a place and there's, you know, there's like little hold on, I need to scroll here. Trolley. Oh, I should have gone back to do wrong way first. Hold on. There's like the people hanging here. But yeah, like... Or they could have done, like, you know, like one major dungeon in each, like, location, rather than... I don't know. Like, look, I don't remember exactly how many of them, but I think there's like a grand total of maybe like 3 or 4 dungeons in the creation route, at least. There's like the school, which is very linear to be, like, it's like very charitably called the dungeon. There's the, well, I don't remember what it's called. Like, I remember the final one, like the Ascension Throne area, I guess it's called. Throne of Ascension, something like that. And there's like a couple more other ones. But, yeah, I don't know. It's the open world that does it for me. It's not a well done, like, open world to explore. Okay, so once we get to the arrival chapter, I'm gonna have to take a minute to scroll down on the guide, because on this guide, the first ending that he does, or like she does, I don't know, is the bad ending. So we're just like following the steps here to get to the mid ending. Basically, I'm gonna scroll a bit down because the guide says keep a backup, like at the end of this chapter, to come back and do like the other endings.
Здесь раньше обслуживающий состав ходил. Материалы доставлял. Да, когда-нибудь зарастет тут все, если на ноги не встанет.
Let's see, regarding Shadow Tower, it's a very flawed concept, like the early survival horror inspired mechanics. Blah 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 blah. Reuse items being very look. Drops off. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I don't know, personally, after I did like a little bit of Kingsfield, I don't know if I feel like going back and finishing that, and then like maybe checking the other games out. Yeah, I don't know. For me, like, retro junk is one thing, but that the Kingsfield that I streamed, I don't remember. You said like it was 2. Didn't really hold me, to be honest. I should. I mean, so far, like, look, in 2025, I'm like very happy that I've been kind of like going through my backlog in like a very snappy kind of way. So I do kind of want to keep that up and not start like muddling around in like emulation and so on and so forth. But yeah, for now I kind of like want to like get focused, finish SMT5, maybe have a look at like a couple of like smaller, less involved games. Like I got like a couple from Humble Bundle that I kind of want to give a try. There was like a short hike, and there's like another game with like a crocodile that I don't remember the name of currently. And like once I'm done with SMT5, like probably my next one is gonna be Iceborne, which is gonna take me months to finish, honestly. But yeah, kind of shit to play. Yeah, I don't know. Like it seriously didn't keep me engaged. That's my problem with the second SMT. SMT. Grab the crowbar. Okay, I need to save the guy. Okay.
Конечно, Петрович. Поезд дальше не идет.
Yeah, I mean, it is impressive.
Освободить вагоны.
For sure, but again, yeah, it doesn't make the game fun to play, unfortunately. Like, I don't know, it's like one of those games that feel fun when you've like already figured some things out. But for like the first ever playthrough, it's like miserable to play. Like, okay, if I'm streaming it and there's like someone like you over my shoulder basically kind of like guiding me, then it becomes like very enjoyable. But if I'm playing like solo and like, you know, there's like this squid at the starting area, am I supposed to kill it? Am I not? Who knows? Does it matter?
Эй, мужики,
Yeah,
помощь
it's
нужна?
like...
Проваливай отсюда! Сука, хана тебе!
Да, вот так его.
Yay. You know how to navigate stone texture on that.
Падлы, мы еще поговорим с вами.
Yeah. But even then, like, yeah, it's not like a very...
Спасибо, ребята. Всю душу бы с меня вытрясли, если б не вы.
Okay.
Вижу, вы устали с дороги.
Follow the old man into
Могу
his house in a
предложить вам
cutscene
ночлег
play.
и тёплый
Interact with the
чай
child's
с малиновым
puzzle.
вареньем.
Look on the shelf for a letter. Forget painting.
Вот так и живем. Тяжело, конечно, но делать нечего.
Windows
Oh,
95 looking
всё в
screensavers.
прошлое
Yeah,
вернулось.
those were like fun screensavers. I remember those.
Станция рядом.
Like, God,
Пробовали запустить систему.
this is gonna make me sound like 100 years old, but like, remember when we were so easily amused that even like a fucking screensaver that's meant to resemble a 3D dungeon was like amusing for a couple of minutes?
Надеюсь, вам все понравилось. А мне пора на боковую.
Nowadays it's like, yeah, why have screensavers anyway? Just like leave it on. It's fine. Screen burn. We can just like replace the fucking thing and be done with it.
Привет. Поможешь мне собрать пазл?
I think this goes here. Goes here. Go here. No, wait. Goes here, right? Hmm. Hmm. Ah, there we go. Hmm. There we go. So nice.
Здорово. Спасибо.
Yeah,
тебе.
exactly.
Попробую потом
That
сам
too.
собрать.
So hold on. Shelf in this room for a letter. Okay, we need to straighten up this. Okay. Then I need to go out the back and trigger the ballerina box. Wait. Hold on. Oh, it's over here. Never mind. Oh, come on, get over with. We're waiting for the little flash to happen here. Okay, bye. Interact with the ballerina box, back of the hat, interact with it, go to the old man's house. Okay, and yep. But yeah, those were like, I don't know. I remember those times more fondly than I remember most of the most recent games. Like there was like genuine excitement that you don't really get anymore. At least I don't really get anymore. Like I've never had like a fucking like Planescape tournament or Baldur's Gate 1 or Free Space 2 like wow moment. Like the finale of Free Space 2 where like all of the Sathanas class dreadnoughts basically like implode the sun. That was amazing. And like then you kind of like figure out that like there's like two ways that thing can end, whether you manage to make it out on time or not. That was like mind-blowing back then. Or like playing Deus Ex for the first time and figuring out that you can save Paul. That was amazing too. Or just like finishing the tutorial area in Planescape Torment and going out into Sigil and seeing like all those like weird like people and places and like the spiky curly architecture. That was amazing, you know. Or like even going like further back, like the first time I transitioned from like a text adventure to something with actual like animated graphics was fucking mind-blowing to me. And I don't really get that anymore. I mean, part of it is that I don't particularly care about like cutting-edge graphics. So like, for example, like Crysis would have been like a wow factor for like younger generations, right? But I never got that really. So maybe it's like my fault. You know, there are like the occasional like bits of enjoyment when you play something that's like really well made. Like even on like this challenge, there was like Killer Frequency. I really enjoyed. There what's the other one called? Hold on. Got it right here. There was like Killer Frequencies. There was 9 out of 10. Where was it? The Invincible had like a very, like, you know, engaging story, and like I liked the art direction a lot. But you never, I don't know. It's kind of like the problem when you're getting like what's the word, when you get like too exposed, I guess, to like certain media, you kind of like get like savvy to those like media, right? And I think in like some cases that's like kind of like a detriment to, you know, actually getting like the excitement and like the enjoyment of all of this.
Алло, Анюта. Привет.
Okay, so what we need to do here is not give the guy a medkit.
Да.
Как Светик там? Ну, отлично.
Like yeah, in like 2025, I did play like a lot of games that I like particularly enjoyed. Like it's not like I think every game is shit nowadays, right? Because there was like Dredge, Dave the Diver, Killer Frequencies, The Invincible.
Хорошо, буду ждать. Давай, пока.
I mean, okay, Yakuza, I guess, Kiwami, aside from the mahjong stuff. But I don't know. Have I really played anything in the last like 10 years or so that I like legitimately got me excited for, you know, buying it like day one and like finishing it as soon as possible?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I love that he wakes us up just to like knock us unconscious again. Like, what was the point of this anyway? I mean, no, you know what? I guess Persona 5, or when I first got it on the PS4, was like something like that, and I did kind of like obsess over it to the point of like, you know, buying it. Like, I even bought like, I think like the Steelbox edition, like day one, and ended up like finishing it in like a week and a half, like all trophies and like everything. But yeah, that's more or less just like it, really. Yeah, there's like a lot of not particularly interactive moments here, by the way. Yep, get knocked down again. Watch the old man die. So the next playable bit is when these guys are shooting at us, where I need to remember to not give the guy a medkit.
Вы же сами не хотели по-хорошему. Так, этого тоже в тачку. Давай, пошел.
Oh god, this takes forever. But hey, an hour into the game and I'm like almost like halfway through, so hopefully this playthrough is not gonna be like 3 hours like the last one was. And this is kind of annoying to me. Like, this game is it takes around 3 hours to get through, but more than half of that is non-interactive bullshit like this, like cutscenes and like, you know, in-person like, you know, transition cutscenes, I guess. I don't know what you'd call these, honestly.
Может, сигареткой угостишь?
Почему нет?
Давай, освобожу. Держи-ка. Трофей.
Also, I'm like the worst at getting out of tracks ever. Ah, damn, it hit me much. Okay, so don't give him a med kit. Yeah, we need to wait for him to get over here. Come on. Okay. Nope.
Петрович.
Yeah, yeah.
Аптечка в кармане
He
не
made
завалялась?
If you like with implication, hi Archie, by the way. Me looking for the mid ending is that the others are good. I mean, there's like the bad ending where you die alone, and then there's like the I'm talking about like mid in like scales of, you know, well, good or bad. I guess is not like valid, but like. Motherfucker, just like get it, walk it off, come on. No, I'm not gonna give you a medical package. That joke's right there to be made. Yeah, so basically, look, to explain what's going on here, the way this game works, well, like loosely works, he dies. Fine, it's okay. Wow. Okay. So that was unnecessary in all different like levels. Totally. He doesn't need a medkit. I'm fine, he says. Just like walk it off. Cool. So the way this game works is like I'm like 95% convinced at this point that they're just cribbing off of Metro. What you're trying to do here is you get like interactable items across the game, and every one that you use of those items gives you like a little flash of light, which I guess is like the guides. All the guides call them morality points. I don't know why. Maybe it's like mentioned somewhere in the. Okay, it calls fortitude in the tutorial. The interaction with some object increases your fortitude. But yeah, like basically the game determines whether you're getting like the good ending, the average ending, and the bad ending based on how many of those points you've like accumulated. So the bad ending is where you get stabbed in the alley just before the ending of the game, and the character basically bleeds to death while reading the little photo album. The good ending is when this guy saves you at the very end of the metro area. And like he reveals, I guess, at the end of the game that he's the one that like killed your family in a car crash. So I don't know, like I don't know where the like in between ending stands there, but I'm following a guide that I've like also posted on chat earlier. Hold on, let me just like post it one more time so that like you know to follow up, just so that I minimize the chance to, you know, have to do yet a fourth run through this game. I'd much rather not, honestly. So yeah, let's see. Bore. Enter the big windowed hall opposite. You're full of chairs. Head to the left room to staircases. Yeah. Head up the flight of stairs to the double doors and enter them as you did in the previous playthrough. So this time we just ignore everything, go through Bore, go across the bridge, and just like trigger the chase event, I guess, and not have to like get the secret from like the previous games, or get the letter, or open the safe, or do all of that bullshit, just like run straight to the place where like it triggers the next part. Which is nice. I think we're like actively avoiding getting any morality points at this point. So according to the guide, we go in here. We go up the stairs. We go across here to the second part of the level. And by the way, for a game called 35mm, there's no place in the game. I said this last stream too, but there's no place in the game where you actually need to use the fucking camera. Ever. It's used once in a scripted sequence at the very start, and that's it. The end. I don't get it. I don't get why this game is called 35mm. Other than, you know, the guy just happens to have a camera with him. Okay, where's the... Oh. When the epidemic reached its height... Wow. This is amazing. Like, now that I actually get to hear the... Like, get to read the dialogue, it's like so badly translated. Construction with an A instead of a U. Epidemic. Instead of, what's it called? Like, epidemic. Pandemic. Something like that. Oh god, come on, get over with. I'm just like basically waiting for the guy to come here and say, oh, we're being followed. Quickly, run to the Batmobile. I mean, to the elevator. Is he coming or... Jesus Christ. You know, it's kind of amusing that I missed how slow this guy is because I was off like looking for achievements and collectibles and stuff. But god, like if you're playing this the intended way, this guy is infuriating. He's like, oh, let me just amble on to this bit here. It will only take me 2 weeks. Jeez. I mean, come on. It's not like we're like in post-apocalyptic Russia, I guess. You know? Like, if they made this guy like 90 years old, I don't think anyone would like have noticed. Because like he moves us like that slow. Come on, get over with. We have guests. How do we have guests? Where? Where did the guy see? Oh. Oh, okay, we do have guests. Nice. Is it like the same guys that we ditched earlier? Hurry up, yes, yes, okay, do the thing with the flare. The totally useless thing with the flare, by the way. And like, I don't understand why they had to do this whole sequence with the flare, really. It doesn't add anything except like make the room like slightly creepier looking, and even then, not by much. He just like pops a flare down, it makes everything slightly red hued, and then what? It doesn't actually light things up all that much. You know? And he has like a... I don't know what those are called, but the thing on his forehead, the flashlight, the headlight, I guess. Why did he need to put down a fucking flare if he has that? Get the keys. This is what I called a stage surprise. Doesn't make sense, but sure. Come on, open the door.
Так, попробуем открыть. Слушай, видел на поверхности бетонные будки?
Yeah, I don't care about the concrete booths. Let's see. So we need 24. It's like sorry, 9, 10, and 5.
Подземельях никого нет, поскольку мало.
Okay, we beat the game. Run away.
Нужно только оживить это.
Off we go. Cutscene, grenade, etc., and so on and so forth.
Быстро!
Also, this must be like the strongest elevator door ever to like withstand a fucking grenade at almost point blank. I mean, to their credit, they do make the door like slightly bent inwards, which is nice. But even so, I don't think an elevator door that's like this thick
Спуститься не смогли.
would have like survived.
Давай дальше вали. Я тебя
Out
догоню.
your ears. Oh shit! What happened? Was like the grenade?
Иди направо. Дойдешь до развилки, уходи в левый перегон. И
Окей.
если вдруг свет увидишь, очерти фонарем круг. Если так же ответь.
Or was it my microphone that
Если нет,
peaked?
лучше беги.
I've got the game like slightly lowered, so my apologies if it's like too loud. That flashbang was really loud. Sorry about that. Might be like a good idea to set up like a compressor on the on like the audio output as well, because I've got one on the input, so it doesn't peak as much. Although I'm not actually sure if you can do that in XSplit or if I have to like route it through my audio interface to do that. Okay, let's see. Follow the tunnels until you reach a fork. Go to the small hallway with 4 doors. Blah 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 blah. Maybe that specific frequencies. I mean, maybe. I don't know. So we ignore these, so we don't want to get any unnecessary karma points or like something. So we go, hold on, this way, and I think it's the first door on the left. Up there, yes. That has like a password 4745. Okay. Oh, I wish you could just skip these fucking things. But you can't. I mean, actually, I think there's like a quick time event that you need to do here, so that tracks. I think you need to press the F button. Yes? Yes. Hey, I'm an idiot! Someone's chasing me and I'm signaling at, like, unidentified light sources. And the funny thing is, you never really, like find out what the fuck this is. Is it like some kind of like paranormal effect? Is it like the guys that are like chasing you? You don't know. Game doesn't care to tell you. So yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, go here. UV light. Now I need to find the bathroom. It's not here. Let's see, don't use that. Ah, there we go. So let's see. And I think I just keep following the line to here. Yeah. Come on, get it over with. Oh god, this takes forever. Oh shit, I actually just realized, once I'm done with this game, I don't know what I have to do off stream for like the numbers / special characters slot. God, that's gonna be annoying to solve. Am I really gonna have to like go buy a game that like starts with like numbers just to, you know, fill that slot for like the off-stream thing? Or am I gonna have to like fix 1954 Alcatraz to make it work? I just realized that. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have like a recommendation for like a game that starts with either a number or a special character, so that, you know, I can like do that off stream? Because remember, I'm doing like the challenge on stream, but I'm also kind of like matching it with like off stream, which on the spreadsheet that I just shared you can find on like a separate tab called like off stream challenge. No. God. How do I... How do I put on the... Never mind, let me go over here and like have a look. By the way, reading the guide now, there's also like a... See? 7. So yeah, there's like a... There is like a hint on how much to grind the fucking thing. So... Yeah, I don't... How do you put one of those? Because like I've already picked one up, right? But it doesn't let me place it on the machine. Like, am I supposed to go and like add it on the door mechanism and figure out that like it's not, doesn't fit correctly? God, such a good game design this, if this is the case. Detail, comma, that I have does not fit. Okay, that made sense. 10-second ninja. Okay, but it's not one of those like... Oh, okay. Fuck, it removed it from my inventory, but it's not letting me pick up another one. Ah, okay. I have no idea what it is. I'll keep that in mind though. Once I'm done with this hellhole. I get the distinct impression this one's not gonna fit either. Oh, no, it did absolutely fit. 13-hour completionist. I mean, that's not too bad. I hope it's like a fun one though. Like, one of my biggest surprises last year was how much I enjoyed the Messenger, which was like a game about ninjas. That one was like so fun. Like I would like very much recommend it to anyone that like cares to. Besides the race, yes, but even the race, after 20 or 30 or 40 tries, I did that. But yeah, that was like slightly unnecessary, I feel. But like all of like the rest of it, like the music, the controls, the exploration, the comedy, I guess, that it had, like kind of the boss fights, like the movement, like God, the movement that like air like spin thing that you can do to keep momentum and height. That's like so satisfying to do, honestly. In like a lot of ways, it reminded me of how Celeste deals with like the movement stuff. But yeah, it was such a pleasant surprise. I somehow don't think 10 Second Ninja is gonna be the same, honestly. Ray's made you abandon the game for like 7 years. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, speaking of which, I should probably at some point go back into Warframe, you know, while the game is still around and has servers. I'd love to finish the achievements for that, to be honest. What the? How am I dead after one bite? How do I have so much damage? There's like one more, right? I mean, not that it matters, to be honest, because that's kind of like the end of this. Yeah, but how did I get so much damage? Oh, maybe it was like the drop. Hope they will never add another one. Yeah, I mean, like once you're done with that game, like, sure, there's like 1,000-hour-long gameplay loop there, right? But after a point, it just becomes like ticking off boxes. Like, oh, did I level this Warframe? And did I level this Warframe? And did I level this Warframe? You know? Yeah, it keeps... Yeah, but like this is like mostly like achievement-wise that I'm talking. Like, it doesn't really make much sense to like add more achievements now, because like there's already so much stuff that you need to do for that I feel it's probably like a bit hard to like draw new people in. Like I've got like 700 hours in the game, and I'm like very hesitant to go back into Warframe because I know that for the first 5 hours I'm gonna be lost with like all the changes that they keep adding to it, right? Like it took a while to get used to the Kuva Leech system and like the sisters, and then there was like Fortuna, there was Plains of Eidolon, there was like the infested place I don't remember the name of. Yeah, exactly, because like there's like so much shit that you can do that it becomes like, you know, like randomly pick a direction and go do stuff. Yeah, you need to have been there for every update. I've never been. I've tried to get back into the game on like 4 separate occasions. After a month, I gave up on like all 4. I grinded a little bit. I kind of got to the point that I sort of had an idea of what I needed to do, but then there's like so much. There's like so many moving parts, so many interlocking bits in that game that it's like really hard, even if you know like the basics, to like pick an optimal path. Like there's like so much stuff to go from like just playing the game to being good at the game to being like optimal, and then one more step to like min-maxing everything, that it just like puts me off. I don't really have the time to put into that game anymore. That being said, I'm like rank 22 or 23, and I'd love to go get the last 5, no, the last 7 ranks. I think I'm missing like 7 ranks, 2 reputation grinds, and the 1,000 revives, I think. That's kind of like all that I'm missing. Like, I'd love to finish that game at some point, but like realistically, I don't think I'm gonna. And at some point, they're probably gonna like kill it because it's gonna become like financially. What's the word? It's gonna be like financially untenable to kind of like keep up the matchmaking and the servers and stuff like that. Also, this is very loud. Okay, so I need a few more ammo clips. Also think the master requires exponential for each run. Yeah, so like at like 25 I think you need more than you need for like the previous like 20 or so rounds. Oh, lovely. Need more clips. You must construct additional pylons. All of these hours leveling on one defensive map help with the revives? I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, assuming you get like the people to join in, right? Because like honestly, like most of the playtime for me was, I mean, like solo play, to be honest. Are we done? Yeah. So what we're hoping is happening here is that I don't get revived by the other guy. I just get up on my own. Which means I didn't get locked into the good ending. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I avoided on purpose, to be honest. I just never really like tried to like match up with other people. Like I never like really did like the railjack stuff because of this, or the glider stuff either. Not a lot of like raid bosses, like the Plains of Eidolon bosses, or like the vaults in what was it, like Phobos Demos or something like that. I don't remember really. Okay, so last part of the game. Now we need to go do a few things. We need to get a passport that has the safe combination. Just the power scaling. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like the stats in Warframe have always been kind of like sus to me. If only because there's like so much like disparity, I guess, in what you get versus what it feels like happened, you know. And yeah, this might be because I'm like not particularly good at the game, right? So take that with like a grain of salt, I guess. Let's see. 2804. Okay. Grab the safe combination, follow the road and head through the gate. On your right. Unless I manage to find it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking more about like how the game tracks the damage rather than like how you increase it, to be honest. Hold on. It was like 2804, right? Enter the green apartment in front of you. Left and another left and remove the guitar. Okay, yeah, we need to use the guitar here. Here. Okay, fair enough. So go to the right. Hold on. Follow this road left, and you'll see a white van on your right. Come on. Does this count as like a white van? No. A white van on your right. Ahead of you, you'll see a corner house. Enter it and head upstairs. We're basically looking for the house with the safe, which I think is the house just before the murder hole, I guess, in there. Okay. So it's like 2804, right, for the safe. Input the safe combination and get the note. Pick up the lockpick. He'll ask for batteries. Oh god, we also have to do the batteries thing? Jesus. Cool story. And I have to go watch a guy try to break into a house. Cool, right? What are you doing here? Yay!
Привет.
Come on, go inside.
Я тут занят немного. Не стой над душой.
I was like, fuck you.
В этих зданиях еще полно всякого полезного хлама. Если нужны будут отмычки, обращайся. С ними любую дверь вскроешь. Притащишь мне пару аккумуляторов, и они твои.
Okay, bring me a pair of batteries. So, one is in here, right? The ground floor, I think. Or not. Fun fact that remind me of, do you know how much HP Lucifer has in Nocturne? I remember reading up on that. Isn't he like God. There's like some weird like thing. Battery. Oh, the green over here. Never mind. Wrong way. Like there's like some weird like programming glitch thingy with like how much health he has. Yeah. Because they wanted to have like 100 or 1,000, but like they wouldn't like it wouldn't like work. So they gave him the Arahan so that like at like 50% he just like uses that to go back to full. Yeah. I remember that. I think it's you that told me the first time around as well. So yeah. Go get one of the batteries here. It's like 50k, right? I think it's like at like half. I mean, if it's like to add to 100k, then it would be at like 40. No, wait, 25,000, I think. Something like 24,465, I think. Actually skip. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I don't remember. Oh no, wait. That's like the one ending that I did do. That was like the first ending that I did because I wanted to get the I wanted to get like the hardest ending out of the way first. So I think I did that one. But I kind of like meant to go back and do like the rest of the endings. There's like I kept a save just before you kind of like finish the was like the Kalpa dungeons, if I'm remembering correctly.
Отлично.
Okay. Take his lockpick, but you can't actually take the lockpick because I already have one. I already have a lockpicks. Okay, walk past the alley from your last playthrough, and this time your player character should ignore the woman. Fingers fucking crossed. Please. I don't want to play this another time.
Люди, помогите! Пожалуйста, моей сестре плохо.
Oh God! Thank God! Thank you. I mean, it would have been nice to like justify why this time I just ignore her and move on, you know? But sure, I guess. This also works. Head upstairs. Let's see. This is also like so wild. Like this mini game only appears this one time here, and that's it. The end. No. There's no other place in the game where you need to pick a lock at all. Oh, interact with the piano. Okay. Now we get the keys. Go into the kids' room. And the end. Done. Get achievement. Unstabbed. All of my characters' internals in their correct places. I hope. Still wouldn't put it past like this piece of shit to, you know, fuck it up at the very end. So basically, the difference in this ending and the bad ending is whether you get stabbed in the stomach at the end of it. It makes the whole like moral point thing be like very meaningless. You just like literally get like random points to like randomly get one of the three endings. Like, wow.
Прости, Петрович.
It's like such a... Oh my god. That's such a weird game.
Надеюсь, ты нашел.
Like, spoilers, this is not gonna rank very highly in this challenge. Either on fun or, you know, general... what's the word? Anything. This is like literally the definition of I played this because I didn't have any other options. And the story doesn't even make sense. It's like such a fucking annoying thing. Like, okay, we start out someplace and we run into like the other guy randomly, and it turns out, hey, Breezy B, thank you for the follow, I guess. Welcome, hi. My alerts are working, by the way, again. Yay. But yeah, like you start at like a random place with this random dude, and just wander until you get back to your old apartment just to have a look at the photo album. That's it. And there's like 3 different variations of that. Whether you get stabbed in the stomach, whether you like get enough morality points so that like the other dude comes along with you. But like all of them end with this pan out, and that's it. No closure, no explanation, no nothing. Like, there's like no point to the story of this game. It's just like... It's literally just an excuse to get the character to go through the forest, through the flashbacks, through the barns, and the end, basically. Like, I don't know. I don't mind like low stakes stories, right? But if you don't have like any like big stakes in the game story, you can at the very least, make it more personal. But because they never explain any of the characters' motivations, why he wants to like go find the photo album, like you had like 3 fucking like flashback scenes. Use one of them to give me some context, like, oh, like, you know, I want to, like, my wife died, I want to reminisce, etc., etc. Yes, we won. Hi, Wales, how's it going? You just caught me at the very end of this. The end of the numbers part of the achievement challenge. Yay. Yeah. At least it's properly attributing the musics in the game. Copyright Noskov SS 2016. Cool. Yeah, not a very fun game. Mainly because, well, I mean, like, if I wasn't following a guide, all of the achievements, or like at least like 90% of them, would be just like indecipherable arcane shit to me, honestly. That's kind of like the big issue here, aside from, you know, general lack of direction. I mean, if you want to make like a fucking like walking simulator, do that. Just like establish it as one. And that's actually it for the game. Yay. Now you get to enjoy my face for the next 10 minutes while I update spreadsheets. Let me put some music on at least. Yep. Oh. Did we... Huh. Something changed on Spotify's layout. So now it's showing weird shit on my like a mini player or something. But I can work with that. Like this. So yeah, apparently there's like a mini player that you can add. I guess that works like a bit better for the purposes of the stream. But yeah, this is it for can you hear anything? Okay, yeah, that's better. But yeah, that's kind of it with the game for today. That's the numbers stuff. Kind of skip lunch without noticing. That's nice. But yeah, I mean, it's fine to have like a walking sim kind of thing, but just don't make everything in like so insufferably arcane to figure out. That's like my problem with like this game. It's less the like having to just like go around doing random shit, and more like you never get like any direction on what the fuck it is that you're like trying to achieve. Like you go from location to location, nothing matters, no one ever like gives you like any specific direction on when to go and what to do, and like at some point you just get to the end and that's it. So yeah, let's get like the little achievement spreadsheet up as well. This is also the point where I have to score things. So how do I score things? Fanometer. That's like a very easy 1 out of 10. It wasn't a very fun game, honestly. And I don't think horror is like a correct... let's like put it like here, since like we only need like this line. I don't think like horror is either like a good thing, like a walking sim is like the correct term here, I guess. But it wasn't very fun. Mainly because you kind of have to follow a guide to even like know like the requirements for most of the stuff that the game wants you to do. it's also not like a hugely difficult game, but like the fact that you do have to use a guide kind of like gives it like a 5 out of 10 in my mind. Because without a guide, I would like be lost. This would like easily have been like a 20 or 30 hour long game had I not like looked things up prior. So it took me 3 streams to do this, and I'm actually curious to see how much time completionist says it took me to finish this in. Yeah, it wasn't very fun. I don't know which the next one's gonna be. I kind of want to get started on Dishonored, but maybe I should do like one of those like adventure games in the meantime, because I've got like a few of them. So it took me 7 hours and 20 minutes to finish this in 3 streams. So that's a deficit of like I think like 3.5 hours. Yeah, which is nice. Oh, by the way, you can't actually see the line with the deficit. So if I put it like this, there we go. See, and I'm like 3.5 hours below par, which is yay. For a grand total of 42 hours ahead of schedule. Now, if you divide that by 3, that's because like how many? Like 15? No, 12. It was like 12 to 13 streams less than I was expecting to do. It was like 42 hours divided by 3. It's like 14 streams less than the expected time that it took me. Which I mean is okay. But now I get to decide what to stream next, and I have no earthly idea. I mean, like for the parallel challenge, also like the numbers thing is like, yep, sorry, here, yes. But I don't really know what to play here. Like, what was it, like 10-second ninja was one? So maybe just like look into that. I'm just like making notes here of what I kind of like did in the classic 12 minutes. Ooh, is that the one with Willem Dafoe? Yeah, I don't know if I have that on Steam. Hold on, let me see. Like I'm pretty sure I have that one. No, I don't. I'm pretty sure I have that like on Android, but not on Steam. It's not very good. Yeah, I've heard as much. I've got something called 8-Bit Boy, but oh, that doesn't have achievements, never mind. 6180 The Moon I finished, 404 Side I finished, 140 I've finished, 10 million I finished. 10 million was like fun-ish. I don't know, like what else do I have? Are they like alphabetically? No. They're like under categories. Damn. So I could try and do 1000 X Resist. I've heard like really good things about this. And I did get it like in a bundle like a couple of months ago, so maybe this one's gonna be the one that I do, or I could just like go finish the 1111 Memories Retold game, which I found like very, very boring. Yeah, I've got like a few options here now that I see these. And some very like shit ones like 3 switched. 35mm. I've done the 39 steps. I've done this one. Ooh, like 11th hour. Oh, no, it doesn't have achievements. Never mind. I could also maybe troubleshoot this to see what it is that causes achievements to not unlock. else do I have here? I kind of don't want to do this one. It's like very boring for me. 80 days as well. I don't know if I want to mess around with it because some of the achievements have like very weird like requirements. There's like, it's like events controlled, and some of the events you have to like depend on both like a guide and RNG to get. So not very happy to have that. But yeah, that's about it really. I don't have like a lot of options, to be honest, so maybe I'll just like do like 1000x resist and be done with it. Oh, there we go. Just like put this like that. Still need a game for I as well. I still haven't figured out what to do here. But hey, Yakuza Kiwami gave me my Y letter, which is nice. Look, yay, off stream, it counts. So there's that. There's like a big chunk here that I kind of like need to work through. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for the stream today. Ended up just over like the 2-hour mark, which is nice. Anyone live that I could just like raid? Nope. So that's out of the question. I don't think I've got anything else like ready to go to stream. So that's kind of out of the question as well. Let me see. I mean, I could maybe like put some Balatron. That's probably not going to be very fun though. Or just like do the arena quest in Monster Hunter. Also not fun. So yeah, I think I'll just like call it early today. I'm probably gonna be back on Sunday. Scrandor. Yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't get very engaged by it, to be honest. I don't know. Like cups. There we go. Also keeping like a nice little like I'm kind of worried. I've got like I've got like 2 more slots for like substitutions, and there's like 2, 4, 6, 8 games. If like 3 of them turn out to not work or do stuff, then I'm gonna have a problem. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should just like go alphabetically and just like fuck it, just like do Among the Sleep next time, which is like horror-ish game. I know the median is like 5 hours, but like I don't know, maybe if like the other games are like anything to go by, maybe I can like finish it in one stream. Maybe just like on Sunday I'll do like an early afternoon stream, because tomorrow I'm not gonna be able to, because we're gonna go to my in-laws for like the 15th of August is like a religious holiday here, and we're gonna go over there for like lunch and, you know, sit around and do stuff. Saturday like we're gonna have people over at night, so I'll need to just like do some stuff in the kitchen in the morning and noon. So yeah, I guess Sunday is like the next day that I'll be able to stream, like probably during the afternoon. So yeah, maybe just like do Among the Sleep. I remember reading about this one. There's like only like 10 achievements, but like all of them are like collectibles that you need kind of like to guide yourself through. So yeah, that's probably gonna be like a bit of a problem. Kinda. What? Oh my god. So my coffee at like the rim kind of like solidified, and when I picked it up, I turned it like this, and the fan blew into it and like had like some weird little flakes of coffee fly out, and that like, I don't know, it startled me. That was fun. But yeah, it's an early stream today, but we finished another game, and Sunday probably we'll get to do Among the Sleep. Is this. Let me just like check the achievements as well. There's like collectibles mostly. Like all of these are just like finding drawings and stuff, as it says. But yeah, this is for tonight. Today, not tonight. Hope you enjoyed. I'm still like around on Discord if anyone wants to chat and stuff, as always. But yeah, until then, I'm gonna go like change out of this because I'm like sweaty as fuck, even with the AC and the fan. Because 40 fucking degrees is like a thing. 39, okay, sorry, not 40. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all on Sunday, probably, with, I think, Among the Sleep. Unless I change my mind, as I am prone to do, always. But yeah, enjoy your rest of your weekend, I hope, and yeah, I'll see you around soon. Bye-bye.